This fight in particular, though, Esteban Ribovics and Elves Brener, I'm excited for. Both these guys are game to throw down. We've seen Brener in some absolute balls.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey, hey now.
Whoa, what are you looking up, pal?
Elves Brener. Hey, buddy. Um, he's been in some brawls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP, and we are back with another video with all of our predictions, breakdowns, and analysis for UFC Fight Night Taira versus Park out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Before we dive into it, we just want to give a quick shout out to you guys as our current viewers and subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, what are we doing? We're the best in the world. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share with a buddy to get them in on the channel as well. We welcome everyone to the Locked Door MMA community, and we're happy to have you. JP, a fun little fight night, an interesting one that was in the morning this past weekend. I thought it was enjoyable, though, even though we didn't have the best record. What were some of your takeaways?
Yeah, crazy little card. If you're a person who likes to hammer nothing but the dogs every single card.
Hogs were
Oh
barking.
boy, were they barking. Interesting. I mean, the main event, I watching it a second time. I watched it a little bit today again. I mean, I guess I could see a world where you score it for Rob, but I do see how Whitaker can take it. It comes down to that topic of stuffing takedowns and just leaning against the cage. And I mean, that tales as old as time. I feel like we're always going to have that problem, but cashed out on RDR there. I did hit a perfect main, so that felt great. A couple big dogs. Ebo ass. I'm over him. I'm tired of him. Wanted to pick Alicana, didn't. Not like Alicana did shit either. That guy's terrible. There was someone else. I'm forgetting, but yeah, it was a decent card. A little bit of a snooze fest at times, then other times kind of crazy shit. But yeah, best fighter in the UFC. The dude gets dropped
Yeah,
like 10 times. No orbital fracture. Craziest thing on that card to me.
that was insane. I sat there with Kaylee on the couch. She wasn't home at the time, but I showed her the photos that I was taking after the fight, and I was like, I don't know how this dude didn't fracture anything in his orbital. Like his eye was messed up bad. It was mangled. And then going back to Ebo Aslan, how do you feel like you won that fight? I'm
Oh my
truly still
god.
questioning. He was like, not. I mean, some guys they put their hands up. That's what they're supposed to do. Be proud of your performance, whatever. He was genuinely like frustrated that
Shocked.
he didn't get the decision and shocked. Yeah, looking at his coaches, huh?
Oh, oh, oh.
What's going on? I
um,
don't get it. It's like,
he's an
what are
idiot.
we doing?
He's an idiot, bro. He's an idiot and he sucks. Oh my god. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I would die on the hill that I think Whitaker was landing the cleaner, stronger strikes, especially on the feet in the later rounds. Once the takedowns were failing from RDR, sure the knees to the body were good. Um, I didn't even look at the scorecards, JP. I didn't even look at the totals, but just from
The
the
split.
viewer's perspective, well, no, I know, but I meant like round by
Oh,
round. Did
which
each
round they gave him? Yeah.
judge give Whitaker round two when he dropped RDR?
I believe they gave. Was that round 2 or was that round 3?
Thought it was in round
I
two.
thought it was 3. I don't know. I believe they gave RDR 2, 4, and 5 because I thought Rob dropped him in the third. Um, I mean, on that topic, dude, I feel like that fight. That fight was crazy. Some people are saying that fight sucked. What the fuck are we talking about? I mean, sure, maybe when they were both gassed, but um, I mean, me and you talked about it. RDR, his weird style, his funky, him and Drickus, and there's a couple other dudes that just their style's funky as shit. That step in knee that he always throws, he loves it. He'll just put his arms up and do that step in knee. Chin's way up in the air. Rob did catch him that one time. Kind of surprised that he stuck around after that. He did get walloped, but I mean, he showed you that step in knee when it works, dude. It fucking works. Rob didn't like it. He was not enjoying it, but yeah, like you were saying, he stuffed a bunch of takedowns towards the end of the fight. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it must have been round 3. All 3 judges gave Rob round 3.
Yeah.
Um, eh, I mean, good fight, good fight. I was just kinda surprised, and I was messaging JP on the side, like, Rob looked a little tired early on, and sure, those knees were coming into the body very hard, catching him on the liver side. Like that will take the wind out of you, but Rob's a grizzled veteran. I mean, he's been 5 rounds, and by the end of round 2, I was really concerned if he'd be able to continue. But he had his moments as well. Good fight. Now we are on to a new card in a brand new week, and I'm stoked for it. Let's dive right into it, starting with Viera Rodriguez taking on Etlin Souza.
Back at the Apex, baby. Back at the Apex in Vegas. You know what that means. Small things, small cages. Okay? Cannot forget that. A lot of canceled fights for this card. I don't remember the last card we had that we had like 5, 6 canceled fights. So that's crazy. Main event did get replaced. I believe it was this morning, right before we did this. So interesting that we didn't have to break the other one down. Arguably, I think it's a better fight, if you ask me, between Park and Taira than Albazi, but whatever. These two going at it. Ketlin Souza, we've hit once on the show for a big time dog, like plus 400, plus 490, or 490, plus 390 that she was. Going up against Yasmin. Choked her out after clipping her pretty bad. I like Ketlin's movement on the feet. I think it's slicker. Viera, is she smart? Is she not smart? Don't know. This bitch is throwing headbutts in the middle of a fight. Ref said, hey, don't do that. What does she do? Throw another one and then tries to play it off. Don't know. She's going to look to grapple her. We are in the small cage. So look for the grapple heavy guys to get a W. I might count or contradict that a couple times this card, but I like Souza's movement. I like her chance to finish more. I think she'll be okay with the takedowns. I don't think Viera, she's got decent level changes, but I don't think she's dominant on the ground. I really don't. I can't see her wrestle fucking her. She does. She does. Who cares? I'm taking a shot. Give me Ketlin Souza dog money once again.
Yeah, I mean, you said it nicely. I think for Souza, she's really just got to keep this fight standing. I don't necessarily think she would want to go to the ground with Piera here. And like you said, the headbutts 2 fights ago from Piera, that was kind of a wonky thing to witness. I know we were watching those fights and she just kept headbutting her opponent. Stupid. Stupid. I listen, this is the level of women's fight. I mean, if that doesn't show you, I don't know what will. I'll be on vacation. I probably won't even watch this fight, but give me Ketlin Sozo. Bingo, bango. I do think she carries the power in her hands, JP, to find success in this one. And like I said, as long as the takedown defense is there, I think she's got the advantage on the feet. So I will be taking the dog money as well to get us started on this card.
Yeah, I think she'll do good work in the clinch and stuff. She's got decent boxing there. All right, moving on from Headbutt Girl. This one's a little interesting. This one had me a little back and forth. Felipe Bunes Buns versus Rafael Estevam.
Yeah. I mean, probably a pretty good fight from a scrappiness lens. When we take a look at Felipe Bunes, 1-1 in the UFC. I mean, his one loss came to Joshua Van, who's now in title contention. So, like, not a terrible loss, if you ask me. He's going to take on an undefeated prospect in Rafael Estevam, excuse me, 2-0 in the UFC. He's kind of just fought well, gone to decision, unanimous decision. I do think he's very skilled, I think, in this one. He's just got to implement a good game plan. I think he can get it done. I would like to see him find a finish, like his first UFC finish outside the Contender Series, but I do think he is the more skilled fighter. So I will be taking Rafael Estevam to get it done, and to keep his undefeated record. But Felipe Buenas, he offers some danger. You just got to stay safe. Both Brazilian guys, they can choke you out any moment as well. So um, hopefully Rafael can come through and stay undefeated.
Yeah, bingo bango. I am also gonna go with Estevam. I'm not gonna touch it. First fight. I mean, it's a women's fight, so do what you want. But dog money there on Souza, so I'll play that. This fight I'm not gonna touch. I do think Estevam wins. I think the small cage, definitely is a plus towards his style. He'll come forward and he'll level change. immediately, and then he'll do it again. Then he'll do it again against Charles Johnson. I think he shot like 20 something takedowns. People keep coming forward and keep doing it. He knows he's good at grappling. He knows he's got to get it off. I do like that in the small cage again. Felipe can strike a little bit. It's not bad. It's quick. It's down the barrel. Watching him and Charles Johnson, I like Charles Johnson a lot. First 2 rounds, Charles was getting grapple fucked. Third round, Estevam, who's shown to gas out. He's the grappler and he gasses out in the third. Charles kind of put it on him a little bit in the third. So that's a problem here. But, I mean, Charles was even tired. He was wearing it well, but he was still tired. I don't think Felipe does that. You need a fuck ton of movement in a small cage with a grappler like this. I think Felipe gets tired. Like you said, bro, he lost to Joshua Van, so that looks good. And then he beat Jose Johnson. Jose Johnson sucks. So we got to find somewhere in between. I think the small cage, it just favors Estevam. So I'll pick him, but I ain't betting on it.
Yeah, Jose Johnson, Jesse Johnson, same difference. Let's get Jesse in the octagon on Saturday.
Shout out Jesse Johnson. What was his nickname? Jay Shiesty or something like that?
I don't know. I've called him many things in my day, but Jay Shiesty was not one of them. I'll tell you that much. Shout out Jesse Johnson, the boy. Moving up, Rodolfo Viera is taking on Gore.
Interesting one. The return of Gore. I was also back and forth on this one a little bit. Gore, I mean, from just looking at his Tapology record and his UFC record, it's not good. You know, kind of tough to swallow. 5-3. I mean, he's not horrendous, right? He's got some things going for him. You watch him fight, and you like some things, you don't like other things. Obviously, against Trockley and Fremd, getting the front choke, the guillotine choke on both of them. Fremd's trash. Everybody's like, Trockley's a black belt. Trockley's terrible. Trockley is terrible. Why is that funny?
You're right. I mean, yeah, Trockley being a black belt, I doubt that's valid. I mean, he has nothing
He's
to offer.
cheeks. He's cheeks.
Is he still on the roster?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
He shouldn't be if he is.
I mean, somebody Islam Makhachev that shit. You know, who give him black belt, brother? We must check this, brother.
Probably his girlfriend.
Wasn't he dating Mackenzie at some point?
Yeah. I think that's the only reason he's got a quote unquote black belt, because he's literally, rolling around with one at nighttime. But anyways.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, jealousy.
So they're ass.
For JP.
So they're ass. He gets starched by Cody. Brevin knows how I feel about Brundage. You guys should all know. I hate Cody Brundage. He's dog shit. And Trayshawn just kind of stood in front of him. You know, that's the one thing about Trayshawn. He doesn't throw a lot. He'll be defensively sound a little bit, and he'll walk you down, but he doesn't really throw a lot. We're in the small cage. He's going to have to fight a lot of grappling off against Viera. Viera's, again, a heavily decorated grappler. We've seen these jiu-jitsu guys. Viera could end up on his back. His striking's not the best, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I'm going to take Viera. I like what he has to offer. I think he can submit Trayshawn. He's never been submitted, but Viera will be the best grappler he's ever faced. I don't know. I need to see Trayshawn beat somebody high level and technical. I'm taking Viera.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. I mean, bingo bango, give me Rodolfo Viera. With Gore, I mean, all of his wins are coming in these scrambles, in these, whether it's the power guillotine, standing guillotines, those types of things, which you're not going to pull off against a guy of the skill level of Rodolfo Viera. And I think if you just sit there and strike, purely striking, that's where Gore doesn't find success. That's where he doesn't shine. Like JP said, the volume's pretty low. And sure, you can argue that Rodolfo Viera is kind of in that same boat, but I think what it comes down to is who's going to be the better grappler, who finds a late takedown, who's going to be able to throw up some submission attempts, and I think that plays on the side of Rodolfo Vieira. So to me, this fight's pretty straightforward. Obviously, anything can happen. It's a fight at the end of the day, but I do think Vieira's got the skill set. Now, he probably needs to focus a little bit more in this fight on pushing the pace, coming forward, looking for his takedowns, his offensive grappling, because I
Yeah.
think in his last fight, he was just a little bit too passive, a little bit too much on the back foot. I mean, he was fighting Petrosky, who sure is a good wrestler, but like beyond the wrestling, I don't see a ton of, a ton of things that he does well. If he's on top of you, he's not landing any damage. So I think for Vieira, don't be scared of anything. Just push forward, get Gore to the ground, and then work your game.
100%, dude. And I mean, like, out of his last 5 fights, his 3 wins are against Stoltzfus, Brundage, and Armin Petrosian. And if you ask me, they're the same thing as Gore. Decent stand-up, decent striking, right? Stoltzfus kind of a brawler, but still, he can hit you pretty well. They can all strike pretty well. He's submitting all those guys. And then Chris Curtis and, like you said, Petrosky. We clown on Petrosky, but he can wrestle, right? He can wrestle and he's strong. So if we were in the big cage, I'd maybe look at the side of Gore a little bit more, but no, give us VR. All right. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this one. I know you love one of these guys. Rinya Nakamura takes on Nathan Fletcher.
Yeah. Renya. This is my lock, guys. This was my lock. Not this, not this time around, but previously when he fought Moon back here, Gaffarov or whatever, Gustav. Who cares? Doesn't wrestle.
At all.
He is this Japanese Olympic wrestler, the best in the world. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't wrestle. Just wants to stand and trade with Moon Gaffarov, who pieced him up, knocked him down a few times, and like to me, I just can't stand that type of game plan. And then he lost via decision. Like, what do you know? Nathan Fletcher in his last time out, split decision against Colin Loughren. Um, he's good. He's well rounded. He'll stand and bang with you, and then he'll look to implement his grappling and wrestling. He took the back of Loughren for all of round 2, and then Loughren, turned around and did the same thing to him in round 3. It was really weird when it split. I thought round 2 was a 10-8. But, that's an argument for a different day. Now he's facing a Olympic level wrestler that throws hard, throws big shots. JP, I really don't love this fight at all. Personally, I think it's a trap line. I think it's probably one of those that Nathan Fletcher could get it done. But if you really watch Nathan Fletcher film, anytime he's having success, he's grappling, he's wrestling. And I don't think that's going to be the pathway to success against a guy like Rinya Nakamura. Like, sure, I can be pissed off that he doesn't use it offensively at times, but defensively, I think you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to take him down. And Nathan Fletcher needs that, if you ask me. So I'm going to take Rinya Nakamura, but honestly, I'm staying away from this fight. I think it's a trap. I don't love the minus 430 line right now for a guy that's coming off of a loss to Moon back here. So, yeah, that's all I got on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree. This fight, weird. Very weird. You said a different argument for a different day. I'll have that argument right now. He had his back the entire second round. That means from start bell to end bell, the whole second round. And it's not a 10-8. What the fuck are we talking about?
Clearest 10-8 that I've seen in a long time.
Jesus. And then he comes out, has his back taken for like half the third round, and then they're going back and forth, reversal, with like 30, 45 seconds. Boom! Hits Loughren with a massive shot and wobbles him. Then he's just unloading on him on the cage. But no, we're not going to count those. And then he doesn't get the decision. Dog shit decision. He should have got a win. Nathan Fletcher got robbed, for one. For two, Rinya Nakamura, like you said, Olympic level wrestler. I'm not talking about no fucking Bilal versus JDM, right? Where he doesn't wrestle in the first 3 rounds, and then in the last 2, he tries to, but he's tired and he can't do it, right? We're not talking that. We're talking no takedowns at all. Didn't shoot at all. The only time they grappled is when fucking Hair Patch would grab him. Yeah. And now he's minus 425 coming off a win where he didn't even use his best weapon. Hell no. Hell no. I don't like that at all. Is it biased? Sure. I hate guys with dog shit IQ, dog shit game plans. Cannot stand it. And you know what's been interesting, Brevin, is the debate in the community right now. It's more on like American wrestlers, but just wrestling in general. It used to be held like in a high regard. If you're a wrestler, you're going to be automatically harder to fight, stuff like this. He is an Olympic level wrestler. I mean, in wrestling, you spend this whole time not being on your back. And probably Fletcher, it's going to be hard to take him down because of that. But if he does get on his back, I think he's going to be a turtle. I really do. And Fletcher, in a locker room fight, he'll climb your back without even going to the ground. I don't like Rinya, call it bias, whatever. Minus 425, hell no. Plus 330, give me Nathan Fletcher, dog money.
Oh. Yep. I don't blame you. I was tempted. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a trap fight. I think it's a trap line. It really should be a lot closer. But I'll be interested to see what the game plan is for Rinya because yeah, and he very well could. I mean, he didn't look great off of his back in the Gafarov fight. Muin was on top of him for like I think a minute and a half at the end
Yeah.
of round 2.
I don't like his striking.
Not a great look.
I don't think his striking is that good either. I don't think Fletcher's is either, but
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's a weird fight.
yeah.
If you guys couldn't tell already. All right, let's move up. Another weird fight. Nick Klein taking on Andre Pulayev.
I think the line for Rinya's fight should be similar to the line for this fight. I don't know why is that funny.
Because they're a pick 'em. I don't think it's a pick 'em in the Rinya fight, but it shouldn't be as wide as it is.
Rinya. Dog shit. Yeah, another weird one. Okay, Pulayev coming off that loss to CLD. We like CLD. You know, he's pretty good from range. He's very dynamic. Hard guy to deal with striking wise. Nick Klein coming off the weirdest fight ever. You know, was it my lock or your lock? Was Mansour? Is your lock that fight?
God, I think it was probably mine, guys. I suck. I just suck at locks.
We one of us locked Mansour. Nick Klein, a grappling guy, looking to get wrestling going, stuff like that. It's Mansour with this massive spinning elbow, and we're just texting each other immediately. It's fucking chalked. It's so chalked. Good thing Mansour did he did compose himself and regain his composure, and then I think came out the next round and put it on Nick. Got him out of there. But yeah, Nick, I mean, his nickname is fucking Blue Collar. He's a tough, gritty guy looking to wrestle, and his striking, if you ask me, is fucking horrible. I do not like it. He's slow. It's gross looking. He telegraphs everything he's going to throw. Nothing is straight down the pipe and snappy. Don't like he like hitches at his elbow and then throws it. Don't like any of it. Pulayev is bigger. I like his underhooks. I like his down stuffs, his down blocks when you're trying to take him down. Granted, we are in the small cage. Going to benefit Klein more. I like Pulayev from range more. He's got a nasty body kick from that left leg. I just like his shots more snappy. Nick Klein doesn't move his head unless he grapple fucks Pulayev. I think Pulayev's got him everywhere else. I like Andre. Give me Pulayev.
Wow.
Nick could grapple him. He could, but I like what Pulayev has to offer.
Yeah. Well, I don't. So I will be taking Nick Klein. Like JP said, I do believe that he can wrestle Pulayev. Sure, the striking at range is one thing, but like we saw in the CDL fight, and even in his Contender Series fight that got him the UFC contract, Pulayev walks backwards a lot, and he lets his opponent dictate the range. He lets him dictate the fight and who's pressing forward, and he puts his back up against the cage. That ain't good when you're going up against a grappler. If you want someone to take you down, go put your back up against the cage. They're gonna come collect your legs, take you down. You want to stay safe from the takedowns? Stay in space. Pretty simple concept. Well, some of these kickboxers don't really understand that, and Pulayev's one of them. He'll back himself up against the fence, try to land his left body kick, sure, but the more kicks you're throwing, one of them's going to get caught. I think he gets tripped. I think he gets taken down and submitted. And you want to talk about turtles off your back? Pulayev's one of them. Sure, he's got the length. I do like the length in this one for him at standing at 6'4" for the kicks, but the reach really isn't all that different. Like 1.5 inch, differential for the reach. And we have seen Nick Klein can be, a sneaky striker. Sure, it ain't pretty, but it can catch you off guard, and he does have some power. So I think if he can mix that in with the wrestling, the grappling, I think he can find a submission. Give me Nick Klein. Um, Plus the apex cage helps, and I think he's just one of those guys that if you withstand the early onslaught, I mean, you really think Pulayev's going to have a a power that Nick Klein hasn't felt before after fighting Mansoor? Yeah, I think he's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy throws marshmallows out here. Let me go take him down and submit him." So that's what I'm hoping happens on Saturday.
Dog money.
Bang bang.
Plus 130 right now. Yeah, this is the fight I was talking about when I said I'm gonna contradict myself later. There's a pathway. There is a pathway, and yeah, I mean he does go backwards. He's a counter striker, so we'll see if
Uh,
it's to his
hey,
detriment.
how are you gonna counter strike when the other guy coming at you is not gonna throw any strikes?
Facts. That's a good point. Also, good point. Also, I just don't like his striking, but I mean, yeah, could be a dumb pick. Hindsight, looking back at it, but I don't know.
I just like getting under JP's skin, guys. All right, is it my turn or your turn?
Who knows
My
at this
turn?
point? I think so.
I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. I know JP is too. JP's been very high on one of these fighters. I'll let him dive into it. Danny Silva is taking on Kevin Vallejos.
Woo! Interesting one. Brevin, who's my favorite fighter in the UFC right now?
Favorite fighter in the UFC right now? Man, that's tough. I feel like you got a couple. I think Joshua Van's probably your number one. I think you're really taking a liking to Ilya. I think a sneaky little thing is Murad Dvalishvili is sneaking his way onto your list. I mean, the cardio is really impressing JP these days. And at number 5, I think I'm only at 3. Number 4, we won't get to 5. I think we're gonna have a real conversation about Kevin Vallejos.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay. Another one that I think you did know, you just skipped him, who was the only guy to beat this kid? Jean Silva.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. John Silva, we got Diego Lopez I didn't bring up. I think you really have a bias towards Diego Lopez, even though, hey, I don't really know. But John Silva.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, everybody that he said yes, I'm very high on. And it's funny that he also said Ilya. Watch Ilya strike, watch him fight. Watch this fucking kid do it. Both of them have that fucking X factor in boxing, dude. It's disgusting. They will move. Their feet is great. Their hips are in every shot they throw. They're not just standing there parrying shit and then moving their head. They're swaying side to side. Their hips. So gorgeous to watch. I love it. And he hits hard as shit. Like I said, the only person to beat him is Jean Silva. He took Jean Silva to a decision. Right? He did get touched up. He was also hitting Jean. I like this kid a lot. Some people might say, hey, Danny Silva. He's also a boxing background. He's also 10-1. He's also good. Okay. Danny Silva goes straight backwards, doesn't move his head. Everybody say, well, what if Kevin gets taken down? They're both boxing backgrounds. Kevin has 2 subs. Danny Silva has 0. If we're looking at it strictly off of that, I'm not worried about the guy who never has a sub. I'm worried, or I'll take the dude who has subbed people at a professional level before. And I just like Kevin, dude. I like him a lot. I don't think Danny can take his punishment. I really don't. El Puma. I mean, I could care less, honestly. Split decision against Lucas Almeida. I think Lucas Almeida isn't cheeks, but I don't think he's that good. I really don't. I think Kevin puts him out, and I think Kevin puts Danny out. Give me Kevin Vallejos.
Well, there you go. We got El Puma and El Chino. Bingo. I'm taking Kevin Vallejos. I like you. I like how you said the Ilia Topuria. There was a reason that I mentioned his name in that list because I do see shades of Ilia Topuria in the boxing of Kevin Vallejos. So sharp, so quick, carries well, moves his head off the center line. He'll slip one and rip one to the body. And that's another thing that he does really well. He works the body, and I would like to see a lot more of these UFC fighters these days work the body because we found, the success in that if you can do it effectively, and these boxers can do it really, really well. And I will give Danny Silva his flowers. He is a sharp boxer in his own right. I just think there's going to be a big power differential, and I think Vallejos, from a overall quickness, should have a step on Danny Silva. I will say, I mean, the grappling upside of Silva is there. He hasn't really put it all together, but anytime you're fighting down at 145 at 5'11", you do have long arms. You can find some submissions. We've seen, guys like Kevin Holland and things like that find success with their length, but not in this one. I like Vallejos a lot, and I think he should find a KO victory for you on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like Vallejos' money line, minus 395 right now. I mean, Vallejos, do the double chance, KO or decision. Because, like you said, Danny, he's tough. He can maybe tough it out, write out a decision, but yeah, I think Vallejos is faster. I think he hits harder. Danny will go to the body a little bit, like Vallejos, but it's in the pocket, and he'll lead with that left uppercut, and he'll drop it. And his rear hand's up, but that left uppercut's down here. That side-to-side movement that they have, and Vallejos go body, body, head, body. I mean, you get clipped right on the chin. It's a gorgeous thing to watch, dude. It really is. All right, next one. Another one of Brevin's favorite fighters ever. Lezu Zaleski versus Neil Magny.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know the story behind Neil Magny, I encourage you to go searching through our video library and finding the story about Neil Magny. Um, JP's lying, by the way, man. This guy is not my favorite fighter ever. Hell, I might hate him the most out of everybody. But he's kind of been this gatekeeper inside the division for quite some time. I mean, he's solid fighter. He's kind of older. He's tall. He's lengthy. Carries some power at times. He's durable, but I don't really love anything that Neil Magny does, and I do think Zaleski can carry the power in his hands and has grappling upside in this one, maybe find a few takedowns. I don't expect this to be a fun fight. I mean, Zaleski's coming off of a KO, and Neil Magny's lost to everybody besides a certain someone, Mike Malone. So I do think, I do think Zaleski's got this one in the bag as long as he just stays safe and his cardio holds up for all 3 rounds. But give me a Zaleski to get it done.
Yeah, if you're looking for the story, all right, it's the Magny Morales video. Scroll down a little bit, go find that. Story's right there. You'll find out why Brevin loves Neil Magny. That being said, Bingo Bango, give me Zaleski. Neil Magny coming off of 2 bad KO losses. Yes, I know the competition he's fighting is extreme high level. Very good, blah, blah, blah. Zaleski Dos Santos can grapple. He can wrestle. He's got more power. Neil Magny has made a career of being a gatekeeper, fraud checking people because he gets his ass kicked the first 2-3 rounds, whatever, and then comes back because he's got decent cardio and he's decently well-rounded. Mike fucking Malone. I can't see him doing that here. I really can't. I think Dos Santos has got the power advantage. I think he might put him out. Is Neil going to grapple fuck him? No. So Neil's going to have to point fight his way to a decision. I don't think he does that very well. I mean, Ian Gary beat the shit out of him doing that. So bingo bango. Give me Zaleski.
Sir, moving up. Harold Rosa taking on Nora Cornolle.
Miss Cornhole. We've seen her a couple of times now on the channel. Nora's only 2 professional losses, right? To Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti's pretty decent. I'm not a huge fan of her. If she hit harder, she'd actually put girls the fuck away. But that's neither here nor there, right? Nora, she's strong. She's explosive. Her grappling has come quite a bit away, It used to be cheeks, and now I feel like it's pretty decent. Everybody's going to say her last fight against Haley, oh my God, she was getting dominated. Well, then she went out there the next round and took Haley's back and then choked her out. Right? I think at this level of women's MMA, whoever's going to have the back is going to look dominant. And then the next round, it could switch exactly how it did. Carol Rosa I mean, kind of like Ketlin Souza, you know? They kind of look the same a little bit. You know, they move the same a little bit. Similar striking. Carol Rosa does nothing but go to decision. I know what you're going to say. Oh my God, you said Tabitha Ricci does that. Yes, I understand. And then I said she's not going to get a finish. Went out there and beat the shit out of Rebos. Tabitha will at least press you against the cage and try to go for a finish. Carol Rosa will just stand at range and point fight you. Now, half the time she looks like she's fucking sparring. She's got decent takedown defense, sure, until she gets to the ground. Then we're a fucking turtle. We're not trying to get butterfly hooks. We're not getting our feet on the hips, trying to shrimp to the fence. Nothing. I think Nora does well when she can manhandle other women. Small cage. I think Nora can grapple. She hits harder. She's got more of a finishing potential. Give me Nora Cornolle. Dog money.
Yeah, good breakdown there. I think the one thing that you didn't really touch on is the precision and the amount of leg kicks that Carol Rosa implements into her game plan. I was on the record saying that, if Rosa fought like she did in the Aldana fight, but just moved the target to the calves instead of the thigh, which then she did in the Pani Kianzad fight, which Kianzad almost couldn't walk, that she could be a top 5 girl in this division for a very long time. Now she is ranked number 8. And I think that that's probably fitting for her skill set. I do think Nora Cornolle is going to probably pose an issue for Rosa. Sure, the leg kicks probably will start out being there, but Cornolle is a good kickboxer. And I think she's going to check a few leg kicks from Rosa, and really kind of have her shying away from throwing those. And then when that's off the table, I don't really like anything that Rosa does. I don't really like the hands. She'll shoot her own takedowns at times, but she's not really a good wrestler. She'll be on her back at times and not really be able to get up, like JP said. I do think Nora's going to be a problem for her, and really anywhere this fight goes. She's a little bit bigger. I think physically she's a little bit stronger. If it goes down to the ground, I favor Cornolle. Um, on the feet, I do think there's going to be some leg kicks that are checked. She's going to have to address those early because that is the game plan for Rosa. But I like the hands for Nora as well, and she's got good kicks of her own. So I'm backing you. Give me Nora Cornolle. I think that this is a wonderful spot. Get it? Nickname Wonder. Um, for dog money there for Cornolle.
Get it? No, I didn't. I didn't even know that was her nickname. Carol Rosa. Carol Rosa's got a. I'm not saying Nora's one of them, but Carol Rosa's lost to the dump truck squad. Norma Dumont, Eileen Perez. She's got trouble with these girls who got junk in the trunk. All right, let's move up. We're on all dogs for the women's fight.
Yes.
See if we can hit a couple. This one should be a good one. I'm excited for this one. Estevam Ribovics versus Elvis Elvez. Who cares? Elves Brener.
Yeah. This week all the favorites probably will win. Last week it was all the dogs. We probably missed out on our
True.
opportunity there with the dog money, and now we're trying to get on the dog side. All the favorites are going to be winning, but hey, it's a women's fight, so you never really know.
X.
This fight in particular, though, Esteban Ribovics and Elves Brenner, I'm excited for. Both these guys are game to throw down. We've seen Brenner in some absolute balls.
Hey,
hey now.
Whoa, what are you looking up, pal?
Elves Brenner, hey buddy. He's been in some brawls. All right. Joel Alvarez and Meek Beck Oral, but I like both those guys a lot. Obviously, those are his last 2 losses. He was really, when he came onto the scene for me, was in his fight against Gurum Kutsaladze. He stayed strong through that fight. I was really high on Gurum back then. Found a W. Gurum since then has kind of shown that he's a fraud,
Trash.
honestly. But Brenner, he's a tough guy, decent grappling, decent hands. He'll just kind of work you until you don't have anything left. But one guy that I do think is going to have a lot for him is Estevam Ribovics. He throws big strikes. I think he's very skilled. He's got KO power, and split decision loss to the Rat Nasrat. Eh, don't hate it.
Robbery.
Split decision win against Zellhuber. I mean, Zellhuber's a fraud. Even though I'm calling them frauds, I do think Ribovics is going to get it done. Give me Esteban Ribovics to defeat Brener, Mr. Balls Brener.
Yeah, I don't know what Brevin's looking up over there. Holy cow.
Hey, am I on the right tapology?
You're tapping something.
Interesting.
um,
Wait, does yours make you give an age verification?
No, I mean mine does pop up a couple questionable ads here and there, but
Okay, understood. I'll close out of this one.
Oh man, you might want to run a virus scanner on that PC after
It's
this.
a scam. It's a virus. My computer's infected. Mom?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great when you're streaming the fights and you got to reload because it freezes and people are like, "What the fuck is popping up right now?"
Listen, dude, I'll give you one story. I don't stream these things anymore, but I used to. And one time I think I streamed a Chiefs game for my family. And the whole family was in the room, and the ads, they were popping up. And I wasn't too quick at closing them, so it made for a very awkward conversation before the game started. Anyways, Chiefs won that game, so thank God for that.
Chiefs won that game, and a lot of hot single moms are near me. Sounds like a win-win.
Dylan was making phone calls after the game, I'll tell you what.
Screenshot that for me real quick. Yeah, dude. Esteban Ribovic. Against the Rat, Nasrat, fucking Kelvin Gaslam's little brother. That was a robbery. Okay, absolute robbery. Outlanded him, landed the bigger strikes. Nasrat couldn't hit a takedown, but sure, given the nod, whatever. I'll go fuck myself. But Ribovic in the pocket. I like his combos. I like his speed. I like his power. He's never been finished. He did take big shots from Nasrat. Never been finished. Got a chin. So I like what he has to offer. I like his boxing. I like his takedown defense. I like all of it, right? Elves Brener, he's entertaining, right? He's a guy that, like you said, is willing to come forward, throw down, stuff like that. He's a shoot the box guy. And if you ever see anybody from shoot the box and you wonder if they can grapple, of course they can grapple. That's the base of that gym. That's high-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu over there. High-level grappling. So all of them can grapple a little bit. Brener can. And we're in the small cage. So you might be like, oh, he can throw down. He's got power. And he can grapple. Like we said earlier, it's going to favor him. He never uses it offensively. He's one of those guys like Justin Gaethje. Gaethje can wrestle really well, but he uses it to keep people away from him to stay on the feet. Brener does not offensively wrestle. He does not look for takedowns until he's wobbled, and then he shoots dog shit takedowns. So I'm not going to rely on him to now turn around and use it to win a fight. And plus, I think in the pocket, I think Brenner's faster, or Brener. I think Ribovic is faster, and I think he mixes it up better. Give me Esteban.
Let's go. Yeah, should be a good fight. Both those guys, all action. All right, moving up to the co-main event of the evening, we have Chris Duncan taking on Mateusz Rebecki.
All right, Brevin.
Rabiste.
Brevin brought up Mitobek in the previous fight. When he's fighting Brener. Mitobek and Rebecki went to absolute war. I'm not going to call it a robbery. Because Mitobek got his ass beat first 2 rounds. Third round beat the shit out of Rebecki because Rebecki does gas. He will gas out. But before he gasses out, in the first 2 rounds, he is a problem. He's strong, he's fast, and he's short. These short, stocky guys who got good stand-up and good power in their hands are sometimes a problem to deal with, right? Because it's hard to take them down, that low center of gravity. It's like trying to hit a running back who's fucking 5'8", right?
Yeah, it's like Cam Scatterby.
Oh, my God. Trying to tackle Cam Scatterby. Dude's running through 6, 7, 8 tackles because he's so goddamn short. It's hard to get lower. The low man wins. He's like 5'7", So he's already lower than I am. It is what it is. And Rebecki, I like his hands. They're quick. He throws hard. And in the first 2 rounds, he's got decent takedown defense. Mitobek, I think Mitobek is a very good grappler. He proved that in his last fight. He was having trouble with Rebecki, taking him down in the first 2 rounds. Do I think Chris Duncan will do it in the first 2 rounds? Hell no. Absolutely not. I think Rebecki's on the feet, got the advantage. I think the only chance Chris Duncan has is to pull off one of his gillies in the 3rd round, late in the fight, after Rebecki gasses. If Chris Duncan is not finished, I think there's a chance he does get finished. Brevin, I've told you before, and I'm going to tell the people again. Jumping gillies, cool and all. You know, Patchy Mix, whatever. He's got a sick gilly. Guillotines do not fucking work at high-level MMA, bro. They just do not. Unless you're a fucking world-class like Charles or some shit, right? Bryce Mitchell showed you that last weekend. So we said fucking...
I called that, by the way.
Yeah, you did. He fucking said it perfectly. Saeed will jump gilly. Then he did. And it was tight. What did Bryce do? Step off to the other side, pick his legs up, put him on the ground, get to side control. He will let go. It happens every single time. All right? If you're not an idiot and don't shoot into that side, leave your neck there, and then let the dude wrap his legs around you like he's your fucking girlfriend. It's not hard. It's not hard. That's why guillotines don't work in high-level MMA. Chris Duncan can keep jumping him all he wants in every other one of his fights. He's getting outstruck. He's getting outlanded. He's getting outworked. And then he jumps gilly because these guys are stupid. Jordan Vucenic, not even in the UFC anymore.
Yeah.
Balaji Oki, outlanded him. Sticks his neck in a guillotine. Give me Rebecki.
Yeah, bingo, bango. And I was going to say that. I mean, it's like, sure, Chris Duncan is on a 2-fight winning streak, but if you look at the quality of wins, I mean, Oki, not a good grappler at that point in his career, stuck his head in the guillotine, just, a striker. And then Vucenic, not in the UFC, dude got cut. I mean, go get another tattoo, my lord. And like Chris Duncan, sure.
He's winning that
I mean,
fight.
the guillotine's nice. Right. Guillotine's nice, but you're just going to keep relying on it, and especially against a guy that doesn't have a neck?
True, dude. He's all traps. He's all traps and deltoids, bro.
There's nothing to guillotine. Like, what are we talking about? Give me Matush Rebecki.
There's nothing to guillotine.
The other thing, too, is Duncan, like, low-key doesn't have a chin. He's been rocked so many times. And even in his Contender Series fight, I was watching that back today, dude got rocked. And he's just stumbling around, and then all of a sudden, he just throws this big looping overhand right and knocks his opponent out cold. Dana White's like, wow, you're awesome. Welcome to the UFC. Well, like, let's not forget, homie was getting pieced up and rocked. So,
I mean, he's entertaining.
There's that too.
Like, I don't... Sure, sign him. He's entertaining. He gets finishes on these dumbasses, but...
Yeah, but sign me up for a right hand with Matush Rebecki.
Facts.
And I don't think he's surviving that.
Facts. At some point, you're going to meet a guy who's bigger, faster, stronger, and if he can get there and get him to gas out, I'll eat my words, but I guarantee you won't.
Sure.
All right. Main event. The new one. All right. Like I said, arguably better than the other one. I don't think it's arguably. I think it's way better, but we'll have to see. The pride of Japan, Tatsuro Taira. All right, this is like, what, the 4th time we've seen him fight on this show? Going against Korea's, golden boy, I'd say. The one dude who's probably had the most hype, the most wins. Hyun Sung Park.
Yeah, I mean, this is super last minute. Wow.
Yeah, he's supposed to fight last weekend. Or next weekend, I mean.
Park?
Yeah, against...
Do we know what happened to Albazi?
No. I mean, the dude has had major neck problems and shit, so I'm assuming it's that.
I thought he had that surgically repaired.
He did, but, I mean, once you do that, I'm surprised he even fought again after that. That shit's...
Yeah. Yeah. I think they were saying that he wasn't supposed to fight ever again. Something like that, but... Looks like that's come to fruition because now we got a new main event, Tatsuro Taira and Hyun Sung Park. I'm excited for this one. I think they're going to get after it from the get-go. I mean, Taira, Park, they both carry, very similar skills. I think Park probably has an overall power advantage on the feet, even though Taira has shown he's got some KO power. But I mean, a lot of that's going to be his TKO ground and pound ability. He's going to look to get this fight to the ground and then punish people from there. I do think the grappling's probably on Taira's side, and Park likes to implement that in his game plan as well. The other thing that I like in this one is the experience from Taira. I mean, Park's last opponent was Carlos Hernandez. They put all these young international prospects up against Carlos Hernandez for whatever reason. I don't know what Carlos Hernandez did to the UFC, but they punished that guy. Um, and that was his last fight. Since Tyra fought Carlos Hernandez, he's had multiple fights, including one over Brandon Royval, which was a great fight. He ended up losing it, but it was a phenomenal fight. I think that was just kind of like a really good experience for Tyra, that being 5 rounds back and forth, high pace, high grappling, high striking. Work on the cardio because he was getting tired in rounds 4 and 5 in the championship round. So I think it was a great experience for him, and I think we're going to see a much better and improved version of Tatsuro Taira. And if you give a guy just a few days' notice to fight a 5-round fight, sure, you're fighting the following weekend. Was it a main event that he was training for?
Um,
I can't remember.
yeah, I
I
don't
don't think
remember. It
so.
doesn't even show who he was supposed to fight. Getting who it was,
Yeah.
bro.
Either way, I don't think it was a main event, and I know next weekend's a fight night, so it probably would have been a 3-round bout, somewhere on the main card for Park. So I think it's just going to be one of those things where he maybe comes out early, hot, quick, looks good in round 1, but then starts to fade. Give me Tatsuro Taira.
Yeah, yeah, I like that pick. Let me see if I can find it. Steve Urseg, that's who it was.
Been a good fight.
Yeah, would have been a very good fight. So, yeah, I mean Steve Urseg, who's a decent fighter, and then Tatsuro Taira. So these two people that he's been scheduled to fight, by far the best people he's gonna fight. Um, he's gotten, I mean, he's undefeated, right? But the guys he's fighting are not high level. Carlos Hernandez, I guess, was the highest level one. But when you look at it, I mean, it's hard. They're both prospects. Taira's 16-0 before the Royval fight. Park's gonna be 10-0. The size pretty similar. I mean, Taira's got 4 inches of reach, so we'll see how he uses that. But like you said, Park's probably got the power advantage, maybe a little bit faster on the feet. His striking might be a little bit better. I might like it a tiny bit better. He can also grapple really well. Taira's one of those guys that can grapple, high level grappling. He'll climb you like a backpack when you're standing on the feet. He'll lock in that body lock, take the back. He'll do shit like that. He's very good, very high level, good transition, stuff like that. So it is a close fight, but I mean, this year's been the year of fraud checks, the year of the O's gotta go. Taira already had his O gone, and he had it to a guy who I think is very good. Brandon Royval. I did pick Joshua Van to beat him. Brandon Royval put up a hell of a fight if he didn't get dropped in the last like 10 seconds.
Would have been close.
Would have been close. He could have got the nut. And then he's beaten Brandon Moreno. This kid's still high level, very good. It showed Taira a lot. He went all 5 rounds. We haven't seen Park go all 5 rounds yet. And we haven't seen him fight anybody this well-rounded and this good. I think you just have to take Taira. I think you have to take him. If Park does this major upset, then sure, but bingo bango, give me a Tatsuro.
Yep. Nope, I agree. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. And if you've made it this far in the episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're the best to do it every single week, even though the past 2 weeks, hey now, I've been a little cursed. All right. I don't know. JP's talking about getting me back in the bathtub, doing more rituals,
Whoa.
things like that. Hey now, I was in the bathtub, and honestly, I went on a nice little streak. I was living large. All right.
What do you mean by that?
And now I'm going, hey, the curse was lifted for a little
You were in
while,
the
and you
bathtub and
have to
then
admit it.
went on a nice little streak? You guys running the naked mile.
I've done that before, but now I'm going on vacation. All right. Things are going well. We just got to get on the right side of these interesting fights. But hey, that does it for the card. That doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free show parlays coming your way right now, starting with Locked Door MMA's lock of the night. JP, who are you locking up?
Who am I locking up? I think it's obvious, man. I think it's obvious. I said my favorite fighters on that topic, that he looks like one of my favorite fighters, one of the arguable biggest stars in the game right now, Kevin Vallejos. He's disgusting. His striking is nasty. I think he gets a finish. I think he wins for sure. Give me Kevin.
Probably not one of the biggest stars in the game right now, but if you don't know who he is, look him up, because I think he could be one of the biggest stars in the game. It's like one of those cards I saw. I think it was UFC 269. Ilya was on the prelims.
Yeah, that card was stacked. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're getting here. I think Kevin Vallejos could be a potential superstar, like the next Ilya-esque, knocking people out cold. Like, he's got that level of boxing, but these are always kind of fun to predict who the next superstars will be, and I think his name should be on that list. For my lock, give me none other than Estevam Ribovics. I just think he's going to bring it to Elves Brener. Tickle his balls a little bit, things like that, and get it done. But it was a Freudian slip, dude. I made a mistake. All right, now we just got to roll with it.
Oh man, dude's talking about getting in the bathtub, tickling balls. Hey, on that card you're talking about too, it had like Connor was obviously the main event. It had Ilya on the prelims. It had Dricus on the prelims. That card was pretty stacked looking back on it.
Yeah, multiple champions, all in one night. And like, people just don't know these things at that time.
Yeah, everybody probably shit on that card too when it was
probably.
Oh my god, the card's trash. You got no ranked fighters.
All the casuals out there. Who's DDP?
Dickless do pussy? Who's this guy?
He's kissing his coach now.
Yeah, hey, he might get longer. He might get in the bathtub with you. Tickle a couple balls.
Grab my cup. All right.
Drinkus, I have to do another ritual.
And Hamza walks in. I will kill all of you.
I'll kill everybody. Ah.
Ugh.
Fucking guy, dude.
All right. Revan's basic. Starting with my lock, Estevam Ribovics. I think he gets it done. Then let's throw in none other than a potential future superstar, Kevin Vallejos. And then somebody that's already a superstar, maybe not so much in the USA, but certainly in Japan. Give me Tatsuro Taira to wrap up the basic.
Good one. It's a good one. I like that. What's the odds on that right now?
Haven't put it in.
Oh, yeah, because
it's pretty good.
We don't have the odds.
They don't even have it yet.
Yeah. Taira's fight. Don't have the odds yet. I'm assuming it won't be too crazy. Good basic. Looking for the basic to hit. We hit blocks like it's nobody's business. Okay? Every fucking week. The basic, pretty often. Every other week. We never go too long without hitting a basic. The Dricus juicer has never been drier. Oh my freaking god, bro. We're out in the desert. Okay?
I think you hit a juicer in 2024.
I mean, I'm never gonna beat the allegations. All right, and Brevin said we're the best in the world, but not the past weeks. Past couple weeks, we still have been the best in the world. Okay, because we say this is the fighter that's winning. We can't do this, so they'll lose, and that's what they did. So,
yeah,
low key, if you fade us, you're making a shit ton of money too. I mean, we just make you money either way, but that's okay.
I'll tell you.
Right, we're gonna hit a fucking juicer, and let's make it this week. Okay, we got a big dog in it. Some might say, oh, that fucked it already. No, it didn't. Sit down, shut up. Let's do it. Andre Pulayev. Brevin's gonna hate it. First one. Throw him in there. Okay. Nick Klein, Mr. Blue Collar. He can stick to fucking yard work. He can stick to roofing because he sucks at fighting. Throw Pulayev in there, okay? Next one. Nakamura is not gonna wrestle. He's an idiot. Throw Nathan Fletcher. Big dog money. Plus 330. Thank me later when it hits. Throw him in there. Next one. My lock. My guy. Gorgeous boxing. Just watch it, dude. Just watch it. You'll see what I'm saying. Kevin Vallejos. Throw him in there. He's gross. Next one. Estevam Ribovics. Okay, we think he's better than Elves. Who cares? Throw him in there. Another one, Mr. Rebecki. Okay, when you can shug off Nitobank that well, no shot. This other dude's taking you down. Throw Rebecki in there in the final leg. Tatsuro Taira. Don't have the odds for it yet. Still think he wins. Still think it's going to be decent. Throw him in there. 6 legs. Probably going to be around plus 1,800 depending on the line for Taira. So we'll have to see. But that's the juicer. Come on, baby. We freaking need one, man. All right? This is like the Raiders season last year. We fucking win 1-2 games at the beginning of the year, lose 10 games straight. Jesus Christ.
And we just go kiss each other on the forehead, apparently. Hey.
Right, not a part of the team anymore. That guy the fuck out of here is what they said. They saw him kiss one guy in the locker room and said, hell no.
Oh, you paid him $100 million.
Boy's acting like he's fucking sunshine. Kissing Gary Bertier. Okay?
Oh my goodness sakes, man. Yeah, and hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of roof work, some yard work, all the blue collar work out there.
Do your thing.
It's needed.
Yeah, do your thing.
JP's not shitting on it, all right?
No, I ain't shitting on it. He's going to get knocked out. I mean, he's probably a good roofer. He does good work. You know, I'd hire him. I need a new roof, but not for fighting.
If he loses, you should call him up.
Hey,
on Saturday.
Hey, I heard you lost. I heard you need some work, need some money. I got you.
Oh man, amps ain't cheap. All right, you guys got the show parlays. You got the picks. Let's get after it this week. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, get subscribed. Follow the boys. Help us out here on YouTube and help us out over on TikTok. Go show some love or go show some hate and jump in with the rest of them. You know, you want to be a follower, or you want to stand out. Well, you can stand out in my heart by showing some love, because I don't get much of that around here. But honestly, past 2 weeks, don't really deserve it. So I was doing so bad the past 2 weeks, I'm out here doing dances now. They got me dancing. Producer says, you need to shake some ass. All right. And that's what I've been doing.
Oh, man. That's fucking good, dude. That is. Everyone's out here. We've resorted to start shaking them ass to get some views.
I mean, homie can't predict UFC fights, but we got to pay the bills. You know, YouTube ain't cheap. So,
facts.
All right. With that, I'll give it to JP.
I mean, we get banned on TikTok for everything else. Might as well shake some ass, because Lord knows they let that shit happen on that fucking app. That's neither here nor there. All right. Yeah. Hey, Juicer's gonna hit. Okay. Birthday's coming up. Birthday's next week. Juicer's going to hit. Give me an early birthday gift. Let the juicer hit. Play it, because if you don't play it, you're going to be pissed when it hits, all right? Brevin's going on vacation. Enjoy that vacation. He's going to be out in Florida. Real sweaty. Hopefully, we're not going to have to sweat out the lock. Another lock hit. Road to 500, baby. I think we're at like 495 right now. Road to 500. All right? Hit that subscribe button. 5 of y'all, hit that sub button. Hit the like button. All right. Drop a W in the comments. Help your boys out with the algorithm. As always, we appreciate you guys. Another weekend, another set of fights. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.